Ciao, what's up everybody? Alright, we are in the beautiful park here across Wind Way. I forget the name of it. We're at a wharf where all the boats come from. But today we're going to do some news. We're going to talk about the newsy news, what's going on in Vietnam, specifically like Saigon, and I'll kind of tell you what's going on. There are some pretty big changes coming, reportedly. The newspaper has just been going crazy with filling out articles about them dropping the COVID tests. So it's very possible that we're going to see all forms of testing dropped for entry into Vietnam pretty quickly. That's what's been going around on the old rumor mills, on the newspapers, and then like the social medias and stuff. It's making its way. So, and there's pictures getting taken everywhere. Pictures after pictures. So that is some good news. Right now, the Saigon airport has left it up to the airlines to check for the testing. I don't know if anyone's ever really gotten in without a test, because I'm pretty sure whatever departure airport's going to check for that stuff anyways. That's pretty much the big news that's going on. As far as long-term visas and stuff, there are some whispers on the interwebs. There's a few articles being written about it. I think one of the major news places wrote an op-ed piece that said they should bring back all those visas. Because, I mean, if someone's really going to want to stay, they're going to do the e-visa border run anyways, every 30 days. And once somebody's determined to stay, they're just going to continuously do that e-visa border run. So it kind of makes no sense. They've already provided what you could say is a loophole into doing the visa run. I will walk around this wharf real quick. Still haven't come out here to eat at this fancy restaurant yet. Maybe one of these days. Water bus. Yeah, this is the water bus. So this is where you take the water bus to District 2, I think Thowden, around that area, and then District 9, and somewhere else, I forget the other area. But it does sound like they're probably going to bring back long-term visas pretty quickly. I wouldn't be surprised in the next month or so you'll see it. Because like Cambodia, they were testing to see how the open would be going. And they're seeing that it's going smoothly and no real issues. So I think that they'll just bring it all back. That is the new bridge over there. Still haven't got a new helmet rig because mine got stolen. I will be getting that soon, and we'll have a return of moto vlogs. They've been heavily requested. So where are all the tourists? Well, for one, they're all in Hanoi. Hanoi was just jam-packed full of tourists. I mean, it was insanely busy with tourists, but there's actually a lot more tourists in Saigon now too. They were comboing this into like where the tourist series is as well. You're starting to see more and more by day, and in Hanoi you see healthy numbers. You're seeing like full-on backpackers, you know, all kinds of travel, couples, families, and a lot of people went for the reunification holiday there. I was there just before it. I got to see just a little bit of super busy. I guess it was really crazy if you were there during the whole holiday. And now I imagine it's still crazy because of the SEE Games 31, and Vietnam is playing very well, as you've seen from the two videos we've done involving the football. They went 0-0 last night, which is better than I think they thought they were going to do. So far, that's been really great. We've been having a fun time going to Wind Way and watching the games. So yeah, the tourists are coming back. It's just, you know, a little bit slower in Saigon as their arrival. I've been told that there's a good amount in Nha Trang as well. Hoi An, I heard a good amount in. And then Hanoi, of course, I've reported on. I don't have reports in Da Nang, but I do believe I'll go to Da Nang because my homie is renting a house there with a pool. Make for an awesome vlog and to just hang out with him. So I might go check that out. Not too sure. Don't really have too much trips planned anytime soon. Just gonna home base it at Saigon. As far as the orphanage thing, we've got 2 more to go. One's been halfway filmed. We'll get the rest of that done, and the second to last one uploaded on the interwebs in the next week probably. So you'll see that one. And then the one after that we'll probably do in 2 or 3 weeks. I want to try to find actual new orphanage for that one. The last half of those donations came in very recently for these last 2 pretty much. So I'm still waiting on the payout for some of it. So, and as ever, if you want to see all the receipts for all that stuff in the Excel sheet of where the money's at, You can just join the Discord. There's an Orphanage thread in there. So if you want to check that out, that's the way to check it out. So yeah, we're going to do a bunch of Saigon stuff for the next few weeks. I'm going to go out and film every day, try to go to new districts, try to go to new locations, do walking tours, add the moto vlogs back in. A lot of live streaming, but the live streaming won't be done at bars and drinking anymore for the foreseeable future. It's more so just going to be me and the wife going out for dinner, just chatting, and then live streams at home. So just like chopping it up with you guys. We're going to move away from drinking streams for a while. They'll return, but for a while we're just going to do just chill, nice live streams where we just chat and hang out. It would have been nice to do the Miami F1, but it was at 3 a.m. here, so I wasn't going to stay up till 3 a.m. There's no way. And I heard it was a pretty boring race anyway, so. My boy Max got P1 though, that's all I care about. Red Bull's in the lead so far. So I'm very happy that Max got a W in there. You always want to see a W. And as far as like them dropping the testing requirements, I think that's going to happen any day. I mean, what happens the way like things kind of get done here, it's kind of the newspapers that lead it. First, there's rumors about it like on Facebook, and then the newspapers start writing about it. Like they start doing op-ed pieces, and they start aggressively doing them, like one every day. And then another newspaper picks up on it and writes the same thing, because they just want to get the economy back. They want to bolster the economy. So like that's what they're trying to do. They're gonna, attempt to. Sorry about the wind. There's not much I can do, guys. It's super windy today. I waited a half hour for it to die down, but the weather's not always with me. Can't win them all. But I do think that they're going to drop that the testing requirement. So it'll really only be, the only requirement will be when you go back to America if you're American. Because for some reason America still wants a test when you come back. And some of the airlines. Why they just don't drop that is really, really like beyond me. I have no idea why they don't drop that. Like they should, but they haven't. Yeah, another article just now on VN Express. Economists propose scrapping COVID test requirement for foreign entrants. So I think it's just a matter of time before you see that happen. But really the big news is filled with the soccer games, the football matches. It's a super big deal here. If you guys haven't seen that, just check out my Sunday video with Win. I'll put that as the last video here. It's actually getting a lot of views and doing very well. I'm glad you guys are happy just seeing my life going out and doing a typical Sunday. We had a lovely day yesterday. So let me check for any more news here. Woman sells adopted baby to China. That's why they don't adopt out a lot of the kids. So if anybody ever wondered, like all the orphanages we go to, not one of them does adoption. They keep them within the thing, and they're almost all run by monks. All of them are run by monks. They're like Buddhism. So they give the kid the option to stay in at like 17 or go do their own life. And the only place that had long-term statistics on that was the Key Pagoda, the number 4 orphanage that we're finishing up now. And that Key Pagoda, he said 77% of people have stayed. So pretty high rate of them staying in and continuing on, which I see nothing wrong with that. Let's see. COVID test. Yeah, there's just so much of this COVID test talk. Oh, and they took on the new bridge, they went and took all the manholes. Somebody one night stole like 44 of the manholes for water drainage. So now they're welding them in. I imagine they took them for scrap metal, if I was a guessing man. It sure does look really nice with this bridge done now. They've done a great job. And this is kind of the future of how they should do stuff. They should have a lot more of these walking parks that are really nicely done, clean. You don't see any trash anywhere. Same with Win Way. Like a lot of people comment on my Cambodia content. They're like, it's so clean. Well, it's because I was in like one section. I was in like BKK most of the time, and they really clean up that BKK section. But if you go to some parts, and it's way bad. And then especially on the bus, like traveling to the island I went to, we saw incredible amounts of garbage on the side of the road. So I don't think Cambodia is too much cleaner. I still think that's Vietnam's #1 problem is single-use plastic and garbage. It's a shame to see. Vung Tau looks like a dumping ground when you go there on the beach. You'll find diapers on the beach. I wouldn't swim in Vung Tau water if you gave me $1 trillion. Well, for $1 trillion, I would. How much I'm not going to do for $1 trillion. But yeah, garbage is a big issue here. I hope that they start to do some kind of national campaign on it sooner than later, and kind of get rid of the single-use plastic in most instances. It's a shame to see, you know, what's going on with all the trash. I mean, we just take a look right over here. It won't take long. You'll see all the, look at all the foam containers that like never break down. There's everywhere. There's a raft down there even. I mean, it's a shame to see. There was a lady at Golden River with her kids. She was a foreign lady, and she had them picking up cigarette butts around the area. I thought that was pretty cool. But it's almost meaningless. Like, a bunch of YouTubers, I think 2 years back, went to Phu Quoc and like picked up trash, but I mean, it's not going to change. It's not going to really make a dent in anything until they roll out some campaign to make a change. And it takes a lot for them to do that. But I mean, you reckon with how well we did with the COVID virus here and getting everybody vaccinated and all that stuff, they could throw some, oh, let's just stay off the grass. Sit away. Sorry, grass. Sorry, grass. We're going to cross back over the street here as we close out the news video. Hoi An enjoys a tourism revival with return of foreign tourists. Motorbikes are why. So there's been a lot of talk also in the newspaper about motorbikes and banning motorbikes and public transportation. I'll tell you this, there ain't banning no motorbikes anytime soon. Because the subway ain't gonna be done anytime soon. The subway in Hanoi ain't gonna be done anytime soon with all the lines. Having 1 or 2 lines in the subway does not create a means of mass public transportation. And people don't really like to take the bus here. That's not a thing. So I mean, I gotta wiggle around some cars here. As you can see, it's just like a pretty easy walk and go type dealio. And we'll get a little cushion here and then I'll start walking. We got this guy going 100 miles per hour. And then it just creates like a wave effect essentially. So this girl just about ran me over. Got a photo shoot over here. They ain't banning public bikes anytime soon. Motorbikes ain't going anywhere. I would say maybe you're 20 years off on that. I mean, their idea is always to become like Singapore, but I mean, it's not going to happen at like an aggressive rate. It's a long time off. I'd say 20 years. I think it'll be around there until like even the first line is done in Saigon. So time shall tell. I think that's all we got for news today, guys. That's really all I got. People asked me to review these bikes. I did try to do a review on it. They suck. They're only 1 gear. They're worthless. I mean, Vietnamese are okay on them because they're not very big. But if you're a dude like me, like 96 kgs, good luck. And it's a crappy gear. Like, it's not a fun gear. And so it's fixed into 1 gear. It needs multiple gears and some kind of electric assist to be like a viable thing. You don't see many people use them anymore now either. They were very popular when they first came out. And like China, they're not really used anymore. China had a big problem with that, where they rolled them out all over the place. People were throwing them in the river and shit. Ow. In Hanoi, you see a lot of motorbike guys grifting for rides and other services. A lot of rickshaw drivers again. You haven't seen the return of that here in Saigon yet, but I think it'll happen soon. I think Saigon's going to be pumping in a month or 2. Like, Hanoi is just pumping. You wouldn't even know it was after COVID, you know. It looked like pre-COVID style tourism when I was in Hanoi. So it is what it is. I think we're recovering at a decent rate. Time shall tell. As ever, I will keep you updated. If you did like this video, I would appreciate it if you subscribed. If you didn't like it, you can hit do not recommend this channel. You won't see my face anymore. If you want to hit the thumbs up, you can do that. If you want to Leave a comment, that helps with the algorithm. All these things are up to you. You can do none of those if you don't want to. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Stay frosty. Peace out.